Fans will always reevaluate their thoughts when it comes to either a movie or a piece of music, a television show, anything, as far as their initial reaction versus how they might feel after a couple more watchings, maybe reevaluating, rethinking about it. This has happened to me numerous times, going all the way back to when Faith No More released one of their albums. I couldn't stand one of their songs because it was overplayed on the radio, but then it grew on me. I listened to the whole album. It's one of my favorite bands. It happened more recently with the Ninja Turtles movie. I used my own personal biases and couldn't stand multiple aspects of the movie, and honestly, I still don't, but I reevaluated. I thought about it. The movie itself. I thought about the movie itself and had a more positive opinion of the movie. Now, here we have a report from comicbookmovie.com about Secret Invasion, an absolute abomination of Disney+, but what else can you expect from Disney Marvel? Fans are reevaluating the finale. This can happen. Thanks to Emilia Clarke's infectious enthusiasm. Well, who gives a damn? Why would an actor or actress's or writer's opinion of, or their enthusiasm, their joy, the fun that they had? Cool, they had fun, but your show is still garbage. If Samuel L. Jackson came out and said, I had a fantastic time in this role, I love the fans, thank you, whether the criticism is good or bad or whatever, he came out and said that, my opinion of the show would not change. You judge the show on the show, but let's see what the article has to say. Bunch of simps. Which, it's Emilia Clarke. I can't really blame anybody. Anyway, so a video of Secret Invasion, Emilia Clarke enthusiastically discussing her final scenes. Well, good for her. I bet she did have fun. Rolling up on the wires all over the place. Of course she's going to have fun. Duh. As Gaia has led to some fans changing their opinion, well, then they're brain dead. I'm sorry. If the views and opinions of the paid pretender change your opinion of the show itself, of the writing, of the scenes, if that's what it takes to sway your opinion of the show itself, you might not want to be a critic. I'm sorry. I have no problem with people changing their opinions if they go and rewatch it and they rethink it a different way, but why would the opinion and the enthusiasm of the actor or actress change your opinion? I don't know. Anybody else have that happen to them? Let me know in the comments. Secret Invasion proved to be one of Marvel Studios' more divisive Disney Plus shows. It was just, because it was bad. Piss poor writing. And it's probably fair to say that even staunch defenders of the bleak sci-fi thriller were let down by the season finale. Yeah. The episode had its moments of... What moments? It was bad. The CGI was bad. The fighting was bad. It was short. It made no sense whatsoever because you had two beings. You had Gravix and Gaia, who had the exact same power level. Now, in most sci-fi, in most bits of fiction, exact same power level, well, you're going to be at a stalemate. Dragon Ball Z fans are very familiar with this. You're going to be at a stalemate. One is not going to be more powerful than the other. If they can both regenerate, you're not going to be able to do enough damage. If both can be as powerful and as strong, they can do an equal amount of damage to each other. So if nothing else, they go down at the same time, they get back up at the same time. But no, Gaia had to get that one final single upper hand, even though Gravix just didn't think about it, I guess, because Gravix, let's forget about him being military, being a leader, being the one the other Skrulls picked and voted to lead their people into a new home and new prosperity. He just lost because Gaia. Oh well. Sequence itself was reasonably well orchestrated. No, the hell it wasn't. No. Convoluted, too quick, very little, no bell, whatever. But felt tonally inconsistent with the previous episodes. Yes. Definitely agree there. And responses to Gaia powering up and displaying the abilities of various other MCU heroes were mixed. A lot of from what I've seen, the DNA gives you their jewelry, gives you their skills, gives you the skills that they got from the suits they were wearing. I believe Ghost's ability to teleport, and she wasn't at the final battle where all the DNA supposedly came from. It was her suit that gave her all that ability. How is her DNA going to going to give her those powers. Huh. Very odd. Sequence itself was reasonably... Oh, I already read that. Even so, Emilia Clarke clearly had a lot of fun shooting the scene, and good for her. Even the worst movies of all time, the actors and actresses probably had a lot of fun shooting the scenes. That doesn't change whether or not the movie is good or bad. Seems to be very much looking forward to returning to one of the MCU's most powerful the most powerful characters. What on earth are they going to do with Gaia? They've turned up the power scale, the power creep, to such an astronomical level that there's nothing else they can do. They've turned the conflict to a multi-universal level. They've got one character who is even more powerful than Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel. Where do you go from here outside of a 100% fast, hard, and definitive reset of the entire universe? Recast everyone, start from scratch. The idea of a surface level, neighborhood level, essentially friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is gone unless they would have to start planning for it now, and I don't see Disney or Marvel planning anything. They have terrible ability to plan outside of the very phase 1 and 2, but I believe most of those people were not Disney. They were the people that Disney purchased. Video Clarke of Emilia. A video Clarke? I love to leave these little snippets in because it shows how just wonderfully prepared. And if you ever thought I used a script, oh my goodness, you are fooling yourselves. But I guess it's pretty obvious that I just kind of talk. Run your mouth and talk. Better catch it. A video clip of Clarke talking about her experience filming Gaia's big moment is doing the rounds online, and the Game of Thrones alums. Infectious enthusiasm has resulted in some fans reevaluating the finale and how they feel about this character in general. Well, those are the fans that Disney really, really wants. The fans that can be so easily enthused, easily swayed, easily pulled over to the side of the poor planning, nonsensical writing, full of plot holes story. That's who they want, because they can be manipulated by words instead of actually paying attention to the story that's on the screen. A Gaia solo series win. Oh, I dare you. It will tank. Here's something. A lot of people talking about the MCU. I say a lot of people. If you want to get on Twitter and just rile up the masses, go say MCU. The Marvel Universe was created for big children, male children, who want to see the power fantasy on the screen. That is the demographic of it. When you continuously, now Disney is trying to change. They want to bring in the women. It's like, if you want to bring in the women, show the male buff bodies without their shirts on. That's how you bring in the women. If you want to bring in more and more men, put the dudes with the buff bodies fighting other dudes with buff bodies and guns and swords and all this other stuff, and you'll get the dudes in the theater, because the men want to be Chris Evans. The women want to be on top of Chris Evans. That's how all this stuff works. That's how Marvel Studios, the Marvel movies, the MCU, gained so much popularity. Good stories, decent writing, and lots of fighting on the screen. They're getting away from that. They want women in the lead roles, which inherently is not a problem, but you're talking about a superhero movie, and it's less believable. Very little verisimilitude, and just lack of interest from your target audience. Whether you like it or not, it is true. You can complain and whine and moan and groan as much as any Karen online, all you want to, but the fact is a fact. Women are not interested in seeing women superheroes. The vast majority of them, they are not. Men are not exactly interested in seeing all female superhero movies. Both demographics want to see male, buff, big superheroes on the screen. So reevaluate your thoughts on whatever you want. Change anything and everything you want. Give Gaia a full-blown series of her own and see how popular it is. Stop denying the facts and stop insulting people for pointing this out. It's not misogynistic. It's not. It's not even misandrous. It's not the patriarchy. It's nothing like that. It's just personal taste. That's all it is. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike. I appreciate you making it this far. Have a good one.